Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my craft room. In this video, I am going to be working on 8 things that have been on my to-do list for quite a while, and I just need to get them done. So if you've been around my channel for a little bit, you know that I keep a running list behind the scenes of things that I want to get done, and every once in a while, I get some things off of that list, and I get a video together, and I just get it all done. So that's what's happening in this video. I'm going to be making myself a sweatshirt. I'm going to be doing a couple other iron-on projects, and then I'm going to be doing a couple things that are going to get me organized in my craft space. So I love things like that because not only is it some fun things to craft, but it also helps me behind the scenes keep organized. So I'm going to be doing all of that in this video today. As a reminder, everything that I'm using will be in the description box below the video, so be sure to check out that source list if you have any questions. And other than that, let's just get everything done. So again, 8 things that I need to get done, and we're going to do them one by one. I'm really excited because this is always so gratifying. All right, go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you are ready to craft. Also, pop down into the comment section and let me know if you are working on any items that have been on your craft list for a while. It's always fun to get those items finally crossed off and done. All right, let's go ahead and start crafting. Okay, so the first thing I want to work on is this little pencil pouch. I've had this for a couple years. I will go ahead and link the website where I purchased this. It's the website where I get my annual planner every year. I love, love, love everything about their branding and their products. So I have had this for a while, and I'm in need of a little bit of organization in forms of a little pouch. So I thought it would be cute to use this little scrap of foil iron-on, and I have a whole tutorial on foil iron-on. It's so easy to use and it's so stunning. I'll place one of my most popular tutorials up in the corner here where I make a shirt with this, and it turns out really cute as well. But if you do use an iron-on, also just make sure that you do mirror your image when cutting. I also have been finding that I have fallen in love with a few new fonts, so I'll be sure to link each and every font that you see in this video down below, and this is one of them. Now, because I'm using some of these fonts for the first time because they're new to me, I can't remember off the top of my head like I usually remember all my font names, so no worries, I will make sure to double check after I'm done crafting tonight and place all those links down there. So I'm just weeding out all the surrounding area, and then I'll go back in really quickly and weed out my little centerpieces. I just wrote my name. I thought it would be cute to have a little personalization. And oops, I forgot to do this. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my Easy Press Mini, and I'm going to go ahead and just turn it on to low. And then once it turns green, we will know it's preheated and ready to go. I'm also going to grab my heat mat. And one thing I love about this very first craft that I'm doing tonight is, number one, I'm using a little pencil pouch that I've had forever, and so I love that I'm finally going to be using something that I've been wanting to use. But also another thing that I'm really excited about is I'm using a really tiny piece of scrap iron-on. I always save all of my scraps, so this probably came off of either a shirt or something like that when I was creating last. But I love that because I'm just really making the most out of 2 things here. Let me go ahead and grab my heat press mat, and then we will press this onto the little pouch. Okay, so I just have my little heat mat here. And what I'm going to do is I also grabbed a little piece of parchment paper, and this is just to protect it a little bit more and add a little layer of protection. But before I do my iron-on, I am going to go ahead, now that my Easy Press Mini is all preheated, I'm just going to preheat the area that I'm going to place my iron-on down, and then I'm going to just do that for about 5 to 10 seconds just to make sure it's ready to receive. Let's see, is this the way I want to do it? I always want to make sure. Nope, it is. That's the right way. The other side has the logo on it, so. Okay. Looks really nice. Okay, now I will take my iron-on, place it where I'd like. I thought it'd be nice putting it in this little corner at the bottom. I just really like how that looks visually. And making sure that that's nice and straight. Let me bring it down just a little bit. And I'm just going to hold it up to myself so I can just see. I think that looks good. Okay, so when I have it where I want it, I'm just going to place that little piece of butcher paper on there. And I'm going to do 30 seconds and constant movement. Now, unlike other heat presses and a traditional heat press, you are going to want to continuously move this around. It actually is intended to be moved. And I mention that because if I don't, many people will ask why I'm moving it around. So it is intended to be moved. And you'll just kind of lightly move it over the surface. I checked my heat settings on Cricut.com to see how hot or at what level to heat this at for foil iron-on. So I always refer to the heat guide because it will always tell time and temp based on the products you're using as well as what you're going to be placing them on. So I think it's just Cricut heat guide. If you just Google that, it comes right up, and I just put it in my favorites. That way it's right there time and time again. Okay, I'm just making sure that I got all of the little areas. I think I did. It's looking good. And then this is a cool peel. So I'm just going to let it set for a moment. And then I will peel off the liner. And then I just like to take my project and place it on my actual desk. That's because my desk is nice and cool, and it helps just bring out that heat. I can even turn it around, even more importantly, and really draw that heat out. And it just makes for a quicker craft if you're crafting in a hurry, which usually I like to take my time and enjoy myself, but you know, on days like these, I have a lot of things that I would like to get done. Okay, that cooled it down pretty well. So now I'm just going to peel away and monitor all my edges. That actually looked really good. I had one area on the T right here that wanted to come up. So I'm just going to place my liner right back over there. Okay, and then because I have such a small press, I can do a focus press instead of reheating the entire thing. So I'm just going to focus right on that little T, just a little cross to the T on the right was showing that it wasn't quite down, but everything else looked great. Okay, I probably did about 15 seconds there. I think that'll be good. Again, I'll just let it cool and then I will peel that off. It looks so pretty. Love the foil iron-on. I love it too because it just complements the gold zipper so well, and I just think that stuff like that really matters to me. I don't know. I think it just looks so pretty. Ah, I love it. So simple, but it's there, and honestly, it looks like something you'd probably buy, but this was just made from scraps. So I love this. Again, I'll put everything in the description box below if you want to personalize something for yourself, or it's kind of getting back to school time, so this would be cute to personalize for anybody who is heading back to the classroom. The next thing that I want to do is, if you saw my recent craft haul lately, I purchased this cute little rotating craft caddy, and this is for all of my stamping supplies that I found that I am grabbing for time and time again. So I have lots of little goodies in here, and because I know you'll probably ask, I'll just go through some of them. So I have my little adhesive eraser here. I actually haven't used this yet, but I know that I'm probably going to want it right on hand, so I stuck that in there. I have glossy accents, and I'm just going to set them to the side because what I'm going to do is I want to empty this out because I'm going to add a little personalization to the side. I also have a little trinket tray. This just houses all of the little sequins and things that I want to put in there when I am making cards. I have my little clip here for when I'm doing embossing. And then I have the embossing anti-static powder. Then I just have an acrylic little block, a stamping block. I like to keep these on hand for when I am stacking die cuts. That way I can place a little weight on top of them so that they are just nice and weighted down while they dry. Some liquid glue, and actually I have a couple liquid glues. So I just grabbed a couple that usually I gravitate towards. I have some foam squares, of course. a tape runner, and then my favorite pink tape. I love this. Usually I keep this, in fact, you've seen me use it in a tape dispenser a lot lately, but I'm kind of trying to simplify a little bit the things that I grab for when it's time to make a card. And I really wanted just to have to grab a CADDY. Of course, then I'll have to grab the paper and all the other, you know, stamps and dies, but for the most part, I wanted everything to be in here. I have a regular eraser, some scissors, and then I have another set of tape, which I really like for just securing my dies. And then the middle, it's really nice because it's nice and big. Now, I haven't been able to find anything, or this exact product to link for you. I did get it at Hobby Lobby, but I'll try my best to find something similar and link it down below for you. But I like that the middle is nice and big for those longer items. So I have my True Control knife there. I haven't used this yet, but I've had this in my stash. It's a little picker-upper tool, more like an awl, but it also has, oh, maybe I haven't installed it yet. It also has the little rolled tip if you want to give some dimension to flowers. I have my T-square, scissors, my bone folder, tweezers, white gel pen. I have my little detail brush for doing embossing, an adhesive pen, my jewel picker-upper tool, but I use it for sequins, and my Wink of Stella, which I love. And this is just another little attachment here. So this is the end I was talking about. You know, it just helps kind of give dimension and roll like little flowers or other little embellishments. So I have that there. Okay, now that that is all done, what I thought it would be really cute is to put a little personalization on the side. It's something that will be sitting on my craft desk quite often, so I thought it'd be cute to get it all cutesy. So what I'm going to do is, sorry for the mess, but we're gonna get it all cute and then place it all back in. So again, I will link the fonts that I'm using down below. I just found two fonts that I really liked and then typed out a cute little saying that I thought was so fitting for this little craft caddy. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go through, and it's kind of hard to see, and really it's hard to see just because this is so dainty and delicate, which you will note in a minute. But I'm going through and getting all of the little middles of my letters out. That way I can just weed the outside area nice and safely. I like to do this when I'm given a very delicate and skinny font, which you will see in a moment. This definitely fits the bill. So weeding these out. And I just like to stick any of the scraps right on the vinyl that will be peeled off. So that surrounding vinyl just kind of makes quick work of keeping all those little scrap pieces all nice and contained. Oh boy, this is delicate. Now I'm kind of nervous. But you know what? I know this is something that will never get wet. You know, it's not like a coffee mug that is going to need to withstand washing. So once I get it weeded safely, and once I get it placed on my caddy, she is good to go. Okay. Using my weeding tool to also just keep everything in place while I peel up that surrounding area. The weeding tool is obviously for weeding, but it's also a good little assistant when peeling up those surrounding pieces of vinyl. Okay. There we go. Slow, slow, slow. So dainty and delicate, but so worth it. You could always choose a different font as well, but there's nothing wrong with just taking your time and getting it the way you want it. So I thought it would be cute to put, these are a few of my favorite things. And I dare you not to hum that for the rest of the video. So I'm sorry if I get that stuck in your head. Whoops, I got a little, I'm gonna have to fix that little eye. It got a little crooked, but no worries. Do a little surgery in a minute. But I always think of that when I'm thinking of grabbing all my must-haves. I'm always thinking they're a few of my favorite things, obviously. Okay, let me finish this up, do a little tweak on that eye, and we will be good to go. Okay, last little bit. Now I'm going to really quickly grab this little piece of the G that didn't quite come out, and then, okay, and then grab one of my favorite things, tweezers. And I just need to fix this little eye. Okay. And if you kind of look at an angle at your cutting sheet, which is the blue piece, you can kind of see the outline of where it cuts, so you can place it right back on there. Okay. How cute. I love that. Okay, so now let me grab I'm gonna grab my cup cradle, which can be used for more than just cups, let me tell you. And I'm gonna place my CADDY right in there. And I'm doing that because I just don't want it to move while I am working on it. Okay, and it's not like it matters where it goes, but a couple of the places had little scratchies on them, so I'm gonna pick a less scratch area. Okay, and then I'm going to just quickly add a tiny bit of rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to clean off the surface to remove oils, dust, oils from my hands really, because I like to wear lotion, especially when crafting, but also dust because you never know what's at Hobby Lobby, right? Or any craft store. I don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf. Okay, grabbing some transfer tape and just cutting to size, and I think that's gonna be just perfect. So I will use one of my favorite things, and I'll cut to size this way, and then I will save this other little piece for later. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, now I will just grab a little corner, my tape here. Okay, place it down. And then grabbing my scraper, I'm gonna really be gentle because those little pieces are so fine that if you go too hard, you can scrape one up. And I have done that quite a few times, and there's really no remedying it unless you're super lucky, because sometimes it folds onto itself. You know what I'm talking about if you've done it, and it's just a mess, and it's just recut time. So turning over and then doing the back as well. Just being really careful, firm but slow, if that makes sense. So instead of, you know, going really, really fast, I'm doing a firm pressure and then going nice and slow. Okay, then with it upside down, I'm just going to slowly peel away my background or my cutting sheet. Just like that. Easy peasy. Okay, now I'm going to, oh cute. Oh, I might need to kind of angle it towards myself because I can't see very well. You can see perfectly, but I am struggling. I might have to set it on the table so that I can see it. Okay, so it's too high for me. Oh, try to keep the area that I did the rubbing alcohol on. And sorry that you can't see, but I have to look at this forever, so I want it to be perfect. Okay, so I got it laid down. I think I did good. Hopefully. Okay. And then lightly scrape down, lightly scrape down. I think that's going to be so cute. I love doing stuff like that. I just think it's fun. Have a blank surface, must add some vinyl. That's my motto. Okay. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh, I love it. How cute. And it's so sheer, so it might be a little bit hard for you to see, but, or not sheer, but, you know, clear. I love it, and I think the alignment is spot on. So cute. I'm trying to put my hand back behind there so you can see, but I love those fonts together. Love it. Okay, so then I will just pack it on back up, or pack it back up, and it'll be ready to take a little whirl, and we'll see. The thing about this too is you never know. I went through and kind of grabbed all the things that I usually open my drawers for when card making, and you know, some things might stay in there, some things might be added, and some things may, you know, come out. You never know. That's part of having a new workflow, right? Okay, let's just get it all tucked in. Okay, there we go. All in there. I love it. Okay, let's see if I can kind of lift it so that you can see. How cute. You get the idea. I love it. I think that's fun. I think it just adds a little something fun to this pretty popular new area in my craft room. Then I'll just take that little backer and put my transfer tape right back on there. The reason I really like this transfer tape is because it makes saving your scraps so easy. And then I have a little bin. If you haven't seen my craft room tour, then check that out. I'll link it for you in the corner. And I just keep a little bin for all these little pieces that have been cut, plus this other one that I just trimmed down in order to get a nice piece here. But I keep a bin, reuse it until I can't reuse it anymore, and it really cuts down on costs. But the background is such a saving grace when doing stuff like that. Okay, so behind the scenes, my little Easy Press Mini, well, I think it just auto shut off. I'm gonna put that back to low, and I have had this little iPad sleeve in my stash forever. Oop, already preheated. Okay, so what I thought I would do is, I thought it would be fun to put a little decor on it. So I cut out a really pretty flower. I'll link this design down below in case you're inspired by it and you want to make anything with it. That's what I love about SVGs is, you know, I saw this and thought, ooh, that would be so pretty on my little iPad sleeve, but maybe you look at it and think that has to go on a t-shirt, or I would love a sweatshirt with that, or maybe you want to decorate your Cricut machine with it. So anything is so fun when looking at designs. You can get inspired in so many different ways. So I'm just going to go through, and as I weed, this little design will come to life. Luckily, my Cricut has decided not to have a temper tantrum anymore, and it's cutting fine. I honestly did absolutely nothing in order for it to begin working again, besides, I think, just turning it off for at least a couple weeks, and I did other things, and then I held my breath yesterday when I was cutting out all of these things, hoping that my machine would work. And if you've missed it, it was just cutting through like both the carrier sheet and the vinyl, and it's so weird. But then I turned it back on and it decided that it was fine again. So I don't know. But at least, you know, you celebrate the wins, right? And luckily, I have 8 crafts that I can do because it was working for me. So, okay. Once again, iron on. So, you'll want to be sure you mirror your image. Now, something like this, it really probably doesn't matter because there's really, well, there's no text, obviously, but it's not directional or anything unless you really like the direction that it's in, then you want to keep it that way by mirroring it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish weeding this up, and then we will see how cute it is and put it on this little iPad sleeve. Okay, so pretty. So I'm going to really quickly, and I ended up moving it from my mat over here because for me visually, and probably for you too, I was able to see a little bit easier for weeding with the contrast. So I really liked kind of how it looked in this corner here. So I'm going to go ahead and do it down here. But before that, I'm just going to double check. I like to just take my weeding tool and make sure that I have weeded everything out. There were lots of little pieces on this, so I just want to make sure I got all of them. Okay, I'm going to grab my parchment paper once more and preheat just the area that I'm going to be working in. And I'm just going to rotate it up and around instead of getting a new piece of parchment paper. You can also use like a Teflon sheet or... Okay, bring my little base in here. And I'll just place this here. I like that. I think that is really pretty. I like that. Okay, so then I'll just use this as a barrier. And then because it's so big, so I'm going to do 30 seconds, same as last time. 30 seconds at the low, 30 seconds on low. And I'm going to go in little circles. And when I'm given a big design like this, I like to do it in chunks. So I'm going to focus my 30 seconds in the lower right quadrant, and then I'll move to the next. And for me, it just makes sense. Instead of doing 30 seconds all over, I do 30 seconds in each little area so that every area gets that same amount of heat. And then when it's ready, I will just shift to the next little part. And this will really probably only take 3 little areas because of how it's shaped. So that's probably good. So I will just move up and I will focus essentially where my parchment paper lays. So I'm going to just do that upper area. This iron-on matches my nail polish, so you know I love it. I thought it'd be fun to do like a baby pink. It's for myself, so I thought this would be fun. Okay, and then you can kind of monitor it too. Oh, you know what? I should probably have a heat mat under here, but honestly, with this kind of heavy felt or whatever it is, it's actually pretty good on its own. But to protect my mat, I'll put that little heat mat underneath. And I'm just going to move right to this last section and do the same thing. 30 seconds, constant movement on low. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm going to let that cool, and then I will peel off the liner when it's a little bit more cool to touch. Again, I can do my trick of just putting it on a cool surface upside down just to kind of draw out that heat. That way I can keep crafting on my to-do list. There we go. Oh, it works like a charm. And then slowly peel the liner away. Monitor all the areas to make sure everything has laid down, and it has, so I don't need to repress or anything like that. That looks so cute. I love this. Oh, I should also mention I found this at Target in their little dollar spot where they do the $1, $3, $5 deals, but it was at least a year ago, so it's probably, you know how those things are. If you don't get it at least the first couple weeks, probably not coming back. So you can probably find something similar like this on Amazon. I'll do my best to try to link something similar, but I love this. I think it turned out really cute, and I really, really like that pale pink on the gray. I think that's just so pretty. Let's switch back to an adhesive vinyl project for a little bit. I've had this cute little notebook from Target for a while now. I love notebooks. You know this about me. Notebooks and coffee mugs is what I say. They're my weakness. But I've had this notebook. I'm always going through notebooks, finishing them, having to toss them and get a new one. I make lists like no other, and I'm always making myself crafting lists or to-do lists, all of the above. So I thought it would be just about time to have one on deck, because I think I'm going to be very quickly running out of my current one. So while I am doing my little craft list of kind of craft room prep and organization, I thought I'd add this to my list. So again, found two fonts that I really like. I will find out which ones they are and link them down below. I got a new computer recently. It was not planned. My other one decided it was done, and because of everything that's going on right now, it took a very long time, and I mean, I think it was at least 2 months to get to me. So luckily I was able to use another computer in the meantime. But I say all this to say I had to reinstall a lot of my fonts on my new computer because because I have a new computer, and that's what happens when you have to start over. Okay, so I thought I could use some of my scrap pieces, and I probably could, but I don't really feel like chopping those into a million pieces. So I'm just going to grab a new piece knowing I can reuse, and grab my scissors. I love that you can just place your design right on there and easily get the size that you need. Helps with waste too. Okay, so same thing as last time. Now, I feel like I am just doing a lot of bottom right justifying in this video, but you know, that's just where it's at this time. For some reason, everything is just calling for it tonight, so that's okay. As long as I'm happy with the outcome, I think it'll be just fine. Okay, so I did create and inspire because usually that's what my little lists are all about. Creating and hopefully inspiring. So kind of wanted to set the mood on the front cover. I just grabbed a removable vinyl that's perfectly fine for a project like this. And I was trying to kind of color match some of the confetti looking dots on the back of my notebook. And just going to be mindful of where I want to bottom right justify, but I'm being careful of where those dark navy dots lie because I don't want to put them, say, like right on a, see where that P is, how that kind of messes it up. So I just kind of want to be aware of that and be mindful to hopefully not, I think that looks good. Hopefully not visually ruin anything by, there we go, placing a navy dot with navy text. So I was intentional with that. This one kind of got there, but you know, you can't control everything, and that's just a fine spot for that to be. So sometimes you just kind of want to hover over and make the best decision you can. Okay, now being careful so I don't rip the front, but that's just fine. It's more durable than you'd think. If you have more of a paper cover, I have a paper transfer tape that I use a lot. That would be much better, but this is just fine. It's a pretty durable front cover of that notebook. Okay, easy peasy, and I have my transfer tape saved and ready for the next one. I love that. So pretty. I love the color. And I have been, look at the, I was actually going to do like a gold foil vinyl, which is so pretty too, but I just really wanted the contrast of that navy. I thought it would be really, really pretty, but I love the little gold flecks. I wonder if the camera can pick up these little gold flecks that are in there too. It's got a little foil dot too, but so pretty. I love it. And it's going to be full of some really fun ideas. Okay, another thing I want to do is I have been really, really wanting to make myself a sweatshirt. And I know it is in the middle of summer, so you're probably thinking, Bethany, you have no business making a sweatshirt in the middle of summer, but I am one of those girls that has the air conditioning on high and I'm under a blanket, so that's just the way I am. So I am going to make myself a sweatshirt in July. And I've had this design saved forever, and I thought it would be cute to put on a pink sweatshirt. Okay, let me get this going here. Again, iron on, make sure you mirror it. I actually, thank goodness Cricut Design Space reminds you, because I had to actually go back and say mirror on this one. And look at all of that iron on I would have wasted. Ugh, it's always on the biggest one, you know? It's always on the biggest one that you forget. And it's funny because I do this time and time again. I'm always crafting with my Cricut and cutting out iron on, but you know, that doesn't mean you don't forget from time to time, right? Okay, so just taking out these surrounding areas. Now, the reason I like to do the surrounding area first on iron-on is because it is so much more durable than adhesive vinyl. It weeds so well. But I like to kind of see the shape because you're mirroring back, or you're weeding backwards since it's mirrored. So I like to see as much as I can so that I know which middles to go in and weed out, if that makes sense. And it gives myself a better chance of finding it all. Okay. Almost there. And here we go. Does anybody else have their air conditioner on and be under a blanket? It's just how I am. I know I cannot be the only one though. Whoops. There we go. That's sticky, sticky. Okay, I have my heat press set to 305, and I'm going to set this for 15 seconds. So this says Small Business Babe. I have been wanting to make this for myself for a long time. I've been a small business girl for quite a while now, and it's one of the most satisfying but also challenging things ever because, well, for me at least, I'm the one who wears most, or all the hats, not most, every single one of them. So sometimes that can be a lot, but make sure I got everything. Oop. I thought this would be a fun shirt to finally have in my closet. Okay, so let me turn it over so you can see. How cute is that? I thought that was fun. I'm trying to see if this U has anything in it. It doesn't. Okay. I kind of feel like I want to weed something right in the middle there, but I guess not. Okay, I think I got it all. Yeah, no, it does. Okay, thank goodness I double checked. Okay. Oh, and thank goodness, because that looks so much better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-press my sweatshirt. For that, I'm just going to trim off the side here. That way I can line it up a little bit easier with my eye. Okay, I'm going to pre-press my sweatshirt and then get all of the moisture and wrinkles out of it just for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then I'll place my design on it and press for 30 seconds. Then I like to take my liner off once it's cooled and then replace my liner, press it once more, and then it should be all done. Okay, that turned out so cute. I kind of had to play with positioning, and then I ended up putting it down just a little bit because I felt like it was a little too high initially, but I love how that turned out. It's so, so cute, and I love the white on the pink. I think it's so pretty. So I don't really do a rule of thumb for how far from the neckline, and the reason is because all shirts are different. We are definitely going to do a different placement on something that is a V-neck or low cut than you would on something that hugs the neckline like this. So I think this turned out super, super sweet. Also, I want to mention the reason why I press it and then I peel up the liner and then repress is because I feel like that initial tug is quite a tug, right? The second one just peels like butter, but when you do it that initial first time, that tug can kind of create little problem areas, even if your iron-on is laying down really, really nice. It's something I build in my workflow. Take it or leave it, that's totally fine, but I like doing it and I've had good success with it. So I think that that turned out so cute and I can't wait to wear it. It's so sweet. Also, 15 seconds for this iron-on. This is a Caesar Easy Weed. So I think I said 30 seconds, but 15 seconds is just fine. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I'm gonna go back to adhesive and then we'll tiptoe back to iron-on and then back to adhesive again. All right, let's keep going. Okay. I have been wanting to just make myself a little something for my craft space because it's just so nice every once in a while to create for your space. So I found this SVG, and once again, I've had it kind of saved and tucked aside for quite a while, and more of a delicate font. So I'm going to do those little middle pieces first. Now this is an SVG. I will link it down below. So I say that because I do not know font information on an SVG. And this has a lot of little kind of delicate insides to one of the main words. So this is going to say create something every day. And I just love that. It's so encouraging and something to aspire to. And I thought it was just pretty appropriate for my little craft space. So I've also had this little cute oval wooden sign with the cute little hanging beads for quite a while. So in the theme of 2022 and shopping my craft space and using what I have, I pulled this out and just knew it would be perfect. Now, you could definitely add some paint to the surface, and I debated doing so, but you know, my eye just really loves the natural wood with a white vinyl on it. And that's where it was at for me, so I just left it. But if you wanted to paint this, then add a, you know, a colored vinyl or something like that, absolutely do so. Whatever fits the aesthetic of your craft space or whomever you're making it for is the right answer. Okay, now praying that I don't have vinyl everywhere. We've talked about this before. It ends up on socks and on different levels of the house. It's just everywhere. Okay, now just making sure everything stays put, I'm going to start weeding the actual background to reveal this cute design. So going nice and slow, nudging anything down that needs to stay put. And if you ever feel like you're getting a little overwhelmed with the amount that's coming off, you know, the pieces that you're tugging on, you can snip, 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 and snip, and just completely start over. It's a great idea to do this at times, because if this piece was still connected and fell back over onto the little area you're weeding, oh, that can sometimes be game over. Once again, if you're really lucky, you can fix it, but sometimes it just, once it sticks to itself, it can be quite a mess. Okay, now I kind of, ooh, see? Okay, hold on, we're gonna get, I feel like we're gonna get lucky here and not have to start over. See, my pieces are all sticking. Well, real life crafting. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. See if we can salvage it. And we can. Crafting guardian angels are watching out tonight. Thank you, thank you. Oop, maybe. Sometimes you have to just grab a piece. Oh, okay, so it's a little eye. I'm coming back for you. No alphabet left behind. We'll come back. You know, I probably could have done that all without trimming that, but I was trying to teach a little something there, and in the moment of trying to be helpful, I kind of got myself in a pickle. But you know what? It's okay. All right, so I gotta fix my eye, and I forgot this little O here. Okay, so grabbing one of my favorite things, being careful because this little eye is, I gotta separate it a little bit. We can do it, we can do it. Deep breaths, everybody. Deep breaths. And got it. Okay. Got it. And got it. Ah, perfect. Okay. Deep breaths. Okay, grabbing some transfer tape, and we're gonna place this on there. Oh, no, Bethany. I was like, why does that not look right? I saw a gap and I placed it there. You're all yelling, that's absolutely not where that goes. I was thinking, did they spell that wrong? No, Bethany, you did. Okay. Okay. Grace upon grace upon grace, grace, grace. Okay, here we go. There we go. Just trying it again. Lots of practice on surgery tonight. I'll have my doctorate in crafting in no time. Okay, I have to trim myself a new piece, knowing I can save it for later. And we'll be ready to go. Okay, transfer tape. And burnishing the front and back again, just like that other one. I will, in fact, I think the font used, at least the script font in this SVG used, is one of the ones that I own now and used on a couple projects in this video, because I recognize the cute little T there. That's so fun when you recognize fonts in SVGs. That makes it really fun. Okay, burnishing down the front and back, but being gentle is what I was trying to get out there because of the delicacy of the font and the thinness. Okay, here we go. I love a little beaded hanger. I think that's so pretty. So I'm going to hover, center as best I can. Visually, you can grab a measuring tape if you'd like, but I just eyeball it, and usually it works out great. I'm gonna bring that up a little bit though. And I think that looks good. Okay, final answer, and scrape down, and peel away. Whoops, little E. Go slower. Oh, hello. Okay, there we go. Just did not want to stay there, didn't ya? Okay. Well done. Cute. Oh, I like that. I really like a natural wood with a white vinyl. It's just too cute. Too simple, too me. I love it. Okay, saving this little cutie for another project later, and very fun. I like that, and I really, really like the idea of create something new every day. You know, and it doesn't need to be crafting. Maybe you make muffins, right? Maybe you make muffins. I'm not sure, but I love the idea of creating and doing every day. Okay, let's go back to iron on. That way I can get my heat press turned off, and then we will continue finishing up. I think we only have 2 more. We're getting it done. Okay, so little man isn't so little anymore. 12-month, I have bought a lot of little 12-month things, and I bought it thinking it was so far into the future, and like kids do, they grow faster and faster every day. And now I find myself, you know, I was looking at this bin of 12-month items that I wanted to use and make shirts for him, thinking, oh, that's gonna be so far in the future, and now here I am trying to use all of them quickly before he grows out of them. So I saw this design, saved it, thought I've got to make that, and now today's the day where I am going to make this cute little shirt that says little bro. And I thought it'd be cute to have a really nice navy on a white shirt, because that is just way too pretty. So I am going to really quickly weed this, and grab my little weeding tool to add a little more. And I just loved the design of it, of the font. I'm not sure what it is, but I need to get me something similar. Okay, I feel like I have something similar to this in my new stamps and die sets that I have, but I sure don't in an actual font for creating SVGs and things. But how cute. I am here for it. I love it. Okay, same as last time, I'm going to preheat my shirt to just take out all of the moisture and wrinkles to help the iron-on lay down really nice. And then I will place my design on there, press it for 15 seconds, peel off my liner. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. Peel off my liner, replace it, give it a little bit of additional heat, and then we'll be done. I think that is too cute. Okay. Okay, there we go. So cute. I love it. I think that is just so fun, so bold, and I just think it's so sweet. Okay, so another iron-on project down. I also want to mention they do have the little inserts that you can put into the shirt to raise up the garment. That way you avoid having any, you know, seam issues where if you don't get an even press because your seams are too bulky. I have never had that problem on my heat press. In fact, I only had problems when using the actual insert. Well, it was kind of more for sublimation. It just wasn't working well for me. But because of the high pressure of the heat press, I haven't had any problems with the seams being an issue or, you know, preventing it from getting a really even press. So I just want to let you know you can do the pressing pillow method if you'd like for smaller garments, since the seams are within the pressing area. But for me, it's just not an issue. Okay, moving on to another adhesive vinyl project, and I think it might be our grand finale. Okay, so in a recent live, I was going to make this and my Cricut was having a little temper tantrum and wasn't going to let me do it. So, and I will show you exactly what it was doing because it's doing it here. It was cutting through both. And like I said, I have not changed anything. It just does it from time to time. It is the most random thing ever. So hopefully I can, because I checked it after it did it. I cut this a few weeks ago before I just decided, you know, I'm just going to take a little break from you for a bit. It only did it in one little spot then. So I'm going to give it a try and see if I can get this done. I think I can, and we'll finally have this cute sign made. There we go. I think we're going to be good. I think this is gonna work. Hopefully. I really want this sign done. And I've been trying so hard to get it done. Okay. That other one, when I was doing it on the live, it just was not gonna budge. So, you know, it's better just to retry, recut, and see if you can get it better the next time. Okay. Front and back. I'm going to start with the problem side because if I can get past that side, then the rest has cut really well and I'll be golden. But if I can't get past this side, then there will be no point. Okay. Whoop. Wait, well, short one period. We are almost there. We can get the period off. Oh, come on, cutie. We can do this. Okay. Did it. Oh my goodness. Now, let me just, since it's been a while, well, it's been a few weeks, but I'm going to re-wipe this down. Whoops. Oh, goodness. And get that all nice and clean. And sit in my craft room for a minute. And here we go. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting this done. My mantle wants this so bad. So centering where I'd like it. Bringing it down a little bit. Let's see. I think that's where I would like it. Laying that down, and oh, it's not over till it's over, but I'm feeling like we've got it this time. Here we go. Okay. Maybe my Cricut was deciding to play nice because I started card making. Maybe it was like, oh, okay. Don't forget about me over here, girl. It might have just been what it needed. Just a little break from crafting. Could have been tired. We'll see. I don't even know. All right. Finally done. Oh, I am so excited this is finally done. That's so cute. I love it. And I'll link this SVG down below too in case you want to create something with it yourself. I just love this. Our family home just really needs this in our home. I just love it. Okay, so I think that was the last craft on my to-do list, but I'm going to double check my to-do list before I say so. Okay, yes, it was my last little to-do, and I am just so excited that I got all these things done. So I'm really glad that this got done finally. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jesus. Yay, we finally have that ready to go for the mantle and crossed off the list. And then I love this new little piece for my craft room. Now I just have to decide where to hang it. Definitely within really good eyesight because I just find it really motivating and fun. And then I have a little bit of storage here that's nice and personalized. I also love that you could do anything with this, right? Like I like to carry things in my purse, band-aids and, you know, all those odds and ends that a mama needs. But you could also keep this in your craft space and put markers or such in it. So I don't know. I love personalizing things like this because I think that they're just so universal in terms of storage. So whatever you need storage for, these little pouches are really nice. I have my next notebook on deck and ready to go. I love how that turned out. And then I love how this little iPad or tablet sleeve turned out as well. I really was kind of debating. I always like to do just a white iron-on, but I really kind of just stepped out of my comfort zone and did a light pink. Not that I really stepped out of my comfort zone too much because you know I love light pink, but I kind of went with a light pink this time and I just think it turned out cute. And then of course we have a couple pieces of apparel. I'm excited that he can wear this for just a little bit before I'm probably going to have to remake it in the 18-month size. And then, of course, I have a fun little something for myself. I also have that little rotating craft caddy, but I already have it put away and it's all ready to go on my craft cart. So I'm not going to bring that back out because it's all organized, but I hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to give this a thumbs up if you are inspired in any way. And let me know what you're crafting on or crafting in your craft room. Let me know if you keep a running list as well. As always, I love hearing what you guys are all working on, so it's inspiring to me as well. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next video. And again, everything that I can find and link will be down in that description box below. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.